All right, everybody, welcome on to today's call. This is a day we've been anticipating for almost a year now.
And as many of you guys know, breaking into the world of Wall Street or high finance is extremely hard to get into. And many things, the best things, are reserved for someone that knows somebody else on the inside.
So today, we are releasing a product that we believe will level the playing field in Wall Street. Will allow regular Joes, like regular people like us, to play in this game.
So if you guys are ready to get started, type yes in the chat. And let's dive in. It's gonna be pretty fun.
Welcome in, y'all. Good to see everybody in the chat. We got our whole community came out to see this launch today. This is something we've been anticipating and teasing for a long time. And today, finally, we're gonna actually announce this product and open it to the public in just a few minutes. Additionally, at the end of today's call, we're gonna actually do something very cool. One of you, we're gonna give the opportunity to fly out to New York City and work with us on this secret project. So buckle up for the next few minutes as we dive in. All right, so let me pull my clicker out here as we dive in. So in 2019, we created Fund Launch. And crazy enough, we started this in my basement as an idea of could we allow more people to understand the game of investment funds, how funds are built and how funds are worked. And to date, we've had over 100,000 people take one of our courses on Fund Launch, which actually is pretty bonkers.
On top of that, we've had actually 300 funds launch out of our programs that we have tracked so far. And we've thrown 3 multi-thousand person events of people that just wanted to come and gather and learn about funds, which is pretty wild to us.
Anyone in the chat come to Fund Launch Live? That event is awesome. You see the picture there of us on stage. That's from Fund Launch Live. It's such a fun event. Additionally, we actually run our own funds as well. So currently we run Fund Launch Partners together. We have 30 million combined AUM. I run my hedge fund as well. We've run 2 funds prior on that. So we know quite a bit of what we're talking about on the world of investment funds. Now, why now? Why is this so important right now? Why, Bridger and Mason, are you doing this and pushing so hard for this? Well, there's a big discrepancy, you could say, in the world. And this is kind of the world of the insiders, the people that are, laughing and rich over here, that are making all the money, and the have-nots, everybody else. I love this meme, by the way. I found this online of Patrick. So there's the discrepancy, the insiders that know everything, and then everybody else that's trying to make money in, and I'm talking about financial markets right here. And it feels like there's this huge gap of the insiders, and some people even say you can't make money. Only the insiders can make money and everybody else just loses money. But in reality, I don't think that's true at all. And so what we've seen is this gap of the dichotomy between the insiders and everyone else. Now, a lot of you may or may not know my story, but this is actually a picture of my dad and brother on stage at Fund Launch Live #1, which is so fun to have them up there. But I grew up in a very normal household. I grew up in a regular household. My dad drove a car with 300,000 miles on it, a dent in the door, nothing too special. In college, I started 6 different businesses my first years of college. And during that time period, I was 21 years old, I come to find out my dad, who's the picture there on the left, was actually running a $8 billion family of real estate funds. $8 billion. And to make a long story short, this blew my mind. I was like, what's going on? Like, this is twice as big as Grant Cardone's funds. This is years ago. Today, they're over $40 billion they manage. My dad's since retired. He now just sits at his lake house and has lots of fun. But I was like, this is crazy to me. And so what happened was my dad started to teach me about investment funds. My dad was one of the insiders, one of the people that knew how these markets worked. And at early years of college, I got to go over every Sunday night, and my dad would pull out his whiteboard and teach me about investment funds, how they're built, how they're put together. And this led me at 22 years old to go launch my first investment fund. And I'll save that story for another time, but I went and tried to raise money. Actually, I said, I'll pitch my dad for money. My dad did not invest in my fund, and still to this date has never invested in a single fund I've ever done, never given me money for my funds, but was a great mentor and teacher on this game, which was a way more valuable gift than money. It's one of the insiders teaching someone who was an outsider about the game of funds. And this caused me then to launch a second fund. We ran that for 3.5 years. I then sold that fund to a competitor. We got a nice exit on that. We actually paid back all the principal to investors plus a handsome return to everybody. Everyone was very excited. And then since then, I've launched 2 funds after that as well. And this has spurred on a full career of this whole game. And so seeing how someone from the insiders helped someone from the outsiders was massive. Now, during this process, we had a lot of people ask myself, my dad, and you see my brother picture there. My brother's an investment funds attorney. And a lot of people started to ask us about funds. And this led us to the creation of Fund Launch. I grabbed Mason, who's an incredible marketer, incredible business person. We built this company called Fund Launch to help more people launch investment funds. And if you're wondering, well, can this really work? Can you duplicate this? Bridger, I learned from an insider and it helped me launch very successful funds. Could this work for other people? Well, I'll give you a few examples. Number one is the Patel brothers. When they first met us, they were just managing a couple hotels. Today, they have over a $200 million fund after working through our fund launch programs, which is pretty incredible. Additionally, we have Jeremiah Boucher, who's doing self-storage units. Today runs over a $300 million fund after working with us through our groups. Additionally, this is David Yao. Before he met us, he was actually a pharmacist. But during his off times, learned how to trade. He would trade in the back time. They had these long shift hours. And he went and learned with us, and we launched a fund with him. He now manages over $10 million in a fund and does extremely well with his fund. So the answer is, when you can learn from the insiders of what works, you actually can do incredible things. And we've seen real life examples inside of our program with Fund Launch. So that's why, as a mission for Fund Launch, our mission statement is to democratize Wall Street, to make high finance accessible to all.
And this is something that we both deeply believe in. And this is the art of getting onto the inside, right? If you're just a normal person, how do you break into this game of Wall Street or high finance? And back in December, we were in a roundtable kind of figuring out what we're going to do next and really explode this mission statement. And we realized that we do the incubation well. We launched a lot of funds. That's pretty solid. We have the allocation tier through our own fund that we launched, where we're actually giving these new emerging fund managers capital. And we've since done 4 deals this year, and it's just going to keep growing and scaling. And those are 2 ways that we've really helped someone actually get into this game of Wall Street. But that first pillar that you see on the left there, the education tier, that's I think the greatest gift we can give somebody, and the biggest gap and edge that the people that are inside versus everybody else is that they just know what to do. And most people don't even know this world exists. The people that do know it exists don't really know how to get into it. And so it's like this gap of really just knowing what to do. Back when you sat down with your dad, he has the information, which he had to learn himself as well. Taught you how to become an insider, and that was the greatest gift he gave you, was just the education of it.
And it drastically sped up my process. It saved me decades probably of learning on my own to bring back together for only maybe a few years to learn those same lessons.
And if we accomplish this mission, what I think happens is this world's kind of stacked against people where it's not a level playing field, where you have to know somebody or have all these connections to get in. And if we really accomplish this, it kind of goes down to merit, where it's just you versus the other person. Do you have the skills and the ability to pull it off? And it takes out all the fat around how do you actually break into it, and it makes it more of an actual level playing field. And so that's kind of the mission of Fund Launch, what we've been building and growing towards, which is why we're just all the more excited to jump into what we've been working on over the past year or so.
So a few months ago, like we said, we were on that round table discussing how could we go after this education pillar. Yeah, we've done some YouTube videos before. We've done some, and a lot of you have seen our education, which I think is, it's not too bad. I'm the face of it, I guess. I guess it's okay, right? It's not too bad, right? But we thought, man, how could we really get some of these insiders to give back to everybody else? And so we started to explore this idea. And now there's some people that believe, well, these insiders, they're rich and they're fat and they want to say screw everybody and they take all the money. But in reality, we started to go and actually market test to see, would insiders want to actually give back to everybody else and give back information? And the answer was an overwhelming yes. 9 times out of 10, people that have made lots of money and done extremely well, especially in financial markets, a lot of them grew up as a regular person. A lot of them grew up poor or had problems with their families or couldn't get into the university, and they got this chip on their shoulder, and that's actually why they did so well. And yeah, they've made tons of money, but they want to leave something, a legacy, for the next generations of portfolio and fund managers. And it was so interesting. We started to talk and float around this idea of, could we get insiders to come and educate everyone else? The answer was an overwhelming yes.
The only problem was there just wasn't a platform for them to do it. There's no outlet for all this energy that they had. And so we kind of sat there and we're like, well, let's build it. Let's make it.
Yep.
And so
what if we could give them that platform? Because it's so hard to write a book or get video cameras and film a thing and edit it. Like, it's extremely hard.
Script and like all that, just no, they're not going to do it. Essentially, is kind of what it comes down to.
So could we give them that platform? And so we started to kind of play around with this game. So Mason started to go out. We actually hired a few people from Masterclass, CNBC, some great content producer people, and said, could we start finding these insiders, go fly out to their offices, set up a beautiful studio and start filming with them and extract information from them that we could then give to the masses to democratize Wall Street.
So for this entire year, we've been flying all over the country and sitting down with these people. And to Bridger's point, like, they were ready to help. And they sat down with us for an entire day. We sat down with them, we pulled and extracted all this information and filmed these pretty in-depth classes on how they actually pull it off and did it. And we've just been doing that for every 2 weeks for kind of the past year or so. And
the idea too was, can we go deep with them? Can we really extract what moves the needle in their portfolio, in their investments, and give that tailored, almost me selfishly, I just wanted to know, but also give that to everybody else. So with that, if you guys okay, drop in the chat if you're ready for us to introduce this brand new platform that we're announcing today called AltStreet. AltStreet is this whole platform, this education tier of where we're approaching and going after to democratize Wall Street to the masses. Now, I think the best way to introduce this product is by just showing you the product. Does that sound good? Instead of theorizing or talking about it, let's just show you a little sneak peek of the inside. So who's the first one we're gonna show?
So we have Mark Malik queued up. He is a $1.5 billion quant fund. And we have his trailer ready to go. So let's roll the vid.
Yeah, here it goes.
Having lived through a lot of chaos, now I try to find a lot of order in chaos. We try to understand why these patterns are happening and then create models to take advantage of those patterns. If you actually look at the chart of dollar Hong Kong, that peg has never been broken except for one day during the Asian crisis. That was yours truly, and it worked. In this class, you will learn how to approach becoming a quantitative manager. Much more importantly, in this class, you will learn that you will get your ideas from places that you least expected, and that to the extent possible, whenever you're thinking about a problem, tear down all the preconditions that you had put on it and break it down to the component and think of it from scratch. I am Mark Malik, and this is AltStreet.
So you just saw Mark. Wasn't that pretty cool? Anybody want to hear from Mark and learn a little bit more about his career, what he did to run a $1.5 billion quant fund? And his class actually goes very in depth on.
It's over 2 hours long, and he goes through everything, like the whole story, all the tactics, the things they tried that worked and didn't work, and we really spared no detail throughout his class.
These are some of the other classes you'll see here. We have Jim Lawler, there's Mark Malik in the beginning, we got Kelly as well, talking all about different subjects in this world of alternative investments. Now also, as you can tell, we did not spare expense on quality. We wanted to make this feel like a high-class production of what could be built for these classes. And what we did as well was edit these classes down to extract the best detail. We'll film with these people for 8, 10, 12, 18 hours sometimes and extract down and narrow it down to the best things that you can extract from their classes.
So again, we just wanted to make and build this thing right. And so we actually hired a whole development team and custom built this site from the ground up. This is a peek on the dashboard once you log in. Try to model and make it feel like Netflix. And as you can see, a feature class there is John Pennington, which is Bridger's father, on how he scaled to $30 billion in 1 billion seconds. On the next slide, you have a picture kind of what the back end looks like when you go into a course. And so that's Bridger's class on how to launch your first fund. Again, the quality is there. It looks like and feels like Netflix or a masterclass, and we just wanted to make it like really good content, but also a really good experience for you guys. So it's entertaining, it's polished, and it's just the best product we can possibly build is what we were shooting for.
So actually, I think a lot of people in the chat too, you guys, you've probably heard my dad speak at Fund Launch Live. He's written his books. He's a very fun speaker, actually. If you haven't heard him, he's pretty phenomenal. Let's actually cue his back-end class, kind of the trailer for his class.
I started my career and ended my career managing tens of billions of dollars, and that all took 1 billion seconds. Me and my partners, we knew how to lend money on real estate. Those skill sets have to convince an investor to put money with you. This is the structure that I believe for entrepreneurs, if they want to expand something, it's the easiest thing in the world to do under this structure. I wish I knew how to start a fund earlier. Today, during this session, I believe you're going to learn how I started my career selling used Levi 501 jeans and ended my career managing tens of billions of dollars, and that all took 1 billion seconds. My name is John S. Pennington Jr. Welcome to AltStreet.
pretty fun. So John's class, he actually dives into stuff you guys seen on stage before. He does not just do the same stuff he's always taught. He dives deep into how he actually launches fund. The first phase of getting to the first million, then 10 million, then 100 million, his first billion and beyond. And he actually breaks down the entire process. And I know John pretty well. You obviously do. And it was stuff I've never even heard before. So just kind of credence to the quality and depth that we go in on these classes.
So yeah, this is the same stuff my dad taught me back when I was 21 years old. He got on a whiteboard and would draw everything out of what the insiders would do. And ultimately, this led me to go launch my first fund. You guys will get the exact stuff that I received from my dad and others. So today, we are excited to announce the live launch of AltStreet. AltStreet is going live today with 6 different classes going live. You saw 2 previews today. 6 total are going to live today, which is pretty cool. That's pretty awesome in the chat, right? Additionally, we have 4 classes we've already filmed and are currently in the editing process. They're going to drop in the coming weeks for 10 classes total that are coming out right now in the next little bit. Additionally, let's look forward to where AltStreet is today and then where we think it's going over the next 12 and 24 months. So today, obviously, 6 classes are going live. We plan to do 24 classes over the next 12 months. Some of these classes that we have in the queue right now are, we have a $5 billion real estate manager, a $300 million venture capital CIO, a top trader, institutional prop firm, macroeconomist, geopolitical experts, and many more. Additionally, we're not going to stop. We want to keep doing this over and over again. And over the next few years, building a massive platform that can do incredible things to truly democratize Wall Street.
So like today, you got those 6 classes. And our goal really, if you haven't noticed yet, is to emulate that experience that, let's say, Bridger had when he sat down with John for the first time. But now you have 6 different perspectives on how to actually do that with 6 different angles, not just a real estate fund or family funds, but 6 different people that did it differently. And over the next 12 months, like Bridger said, there's gonna be 24 more of those. So I guess 30 total classes that you get to kind of sit down and experience that mentorship as real time as possible.
So this goes back to our mission of democratizing Wall Street, making high finance accessible to all. Again, we've done well with the incubation stage. We've incubated a lot of funds. We've done well with the allocation stage where we actually are writing checks into funds and investing into fund managers. But AltStreet now is the education pillar. This will be our education pillar, this mass market play where we can help hundreds of thousands, hopefully millions of people around the world learn the exact same stuff that I learned from incredible mentors and people and get access to the insiders. Isn't that kind of cool? Would you guys love to have access to that today? Wouldn't that be pretty fun? Okay, so the next question that we saw, okay, this product is amazing. It's very cool. Obviously, you guys can see the mission. How much should we charge? What should we do on price points? We've spent obviously a lot of money doing this and building this together. Maybe you guys can help us solve this problem a little bit. We actually are still discussing this, like how much should we charge for AltStreet?
So when we're trying to figure out how to price this, we started looking at the competitive landscape or people that do a similar model to this. The first obvious example is Masterclass. And as we looked at their pricing model, they charge about $180 per year. And their content, as you can tell, they have a ton of stuff, very wide variety of topics, but they don't go very deep. And so you get like a lot of taste of stuff, but not really the depth that you'd want if you're really trying to go out and master something. So $180.
Yeah, especially in the finance courses, it's basic budgeting, basic investing. It doesn't go that deep. And so we wanted, like, can we go much deeper than that? The second option was, well, if you want to learn the same information, you could go to like an Ivy League school, right? So we started to compare like Ivy Leagues. We did the math. It's roughly $6,800 per class per semester. Now, most people are taking obviously multiple classes per semester, and additionally, this is application-based. You have to, know somebody, write essays to get, accepted into an Ivy League school to even access similar education from this. And then finally we looked at Kaplan. There's another financial education institution. They charge roughly $500-600 per class. Generally, you're learning how to get licenses from different, FINRA, other places, and you're learning from a textbook. You're learning on how to pass the Series 7 license or Series 65 license. So again, it wasn't from the insiders. It was from maybe good educators that would read a textbook and share something with you, but that's not exactly what we wanted. So this product doesn't exist anywhere else. But again, we were thinking, get back to the question of pricing, like what do we do for pricing? And each class is, pretty expensive.
Yeah, just to get the camera crew out there, it's about a 10-person crew. That's the full 9 yards. It costs us about $10,000 per class to film. Then you go actually fly out the crew, and all the flights and stuff is another $5 to $7K. Then there's the post-production where you actually go and edit and make the graphics and everything, and that's more expensive than most people think too. It's $8,000 to $10,000 for that. And of course, the backend platform is quite expensive. Like, I don't even know what the cost is, but it keeps ramping up every single day. And so total cost per class is roughly $15,000 to $35,000, depending on various variables. So taking that into account, it's like, man, each one, we have 6 going live today. It's like it's a significant cost.
So again, we were like, what should we price this at? What would be a reasonable thing to do? So the first kind of price point we came around was roughly $9,800. Like that's a good price, one-time fee. You get this for life, which would be a pretty good price. $9,800, you get everything in here. We really want to democratize Wall Street. Like we really want to do this. We really want to help more people do this. So we thought, well, what if we tailored it down and got it to $19.97? We've seen other courses and things that sell at this price point. Very good price point. Anybody would love to join for $9.97, get access to everything in there. Be not too bad. But then we thought, well, maybe, instead of a one-time fee, let's do like a monthly. So what if we did $4.97 a month? Again, this is, you're getting world-class education. You get to learn from all these investment fund managers. We're updating classes. We thought that might be a good model. You do a monthly subscription. Anybody willing to pay like $4.97? I don't know. That seems like a pretty decent price point to learn like the masters of the universe on how they invest. Like that's not a bad price for education.
Not at all.
But then we were like, we really want to educate and democratize Wall Street. So what if we did $97 a month? That'd be pretty cool. Anybody interested in $97 a month? We thought like this would be a no-brainer, easy for everybody. And then we thought, let's go to the crazy zone. Let's do 19. What if we did like $20 a month, $19 a month? Wouldn't that be kind of cool? Anybody down for $20 a month to get access to all this in perpetuity forever?
It feels almost too good to be true.
Yeah.
Like, just stupid.
So anybody $19 a month, we're like, that would be actually pretty freaking awesome to do something like this. But then we came back to our kind of round table and we thought, if this is our mission statement is to democratize Wall Street, make high finance accessible to all. The biggest problem with other institutions is it's always gate kept. There's always a big price or entry fee. You have to know somebody, like you got all these problems to get in. And it gatekeeps the outsiders from the insiders. And our mission is truly to democratize Wall Street, to make this available to everybody, not just people who have $2,000 or $10,000 can learn this. Or even $19 a month. So there was only one real answer to this question: how much should we charge? And the answer is, it's completely free. We're not kidding. Alt Street, this whole entire platform, is completely free for you. 100%. No gimmicks, no tricks, no free for 30 days, then it goes up. Alt Street is a 100% free platform. Our goal is to democratize Wall Street. And there's only one way to do that. You have to make it free. It makes no sense. It's got to be free.
It's got to be free.
It's got to be free. So this is our gift to you guys. This platform, all the stuff we're doing is completely for free for y'all. And in just a minute, we're going to actually allow you guys to go and join and sign up, be the first public users of Alt Street and come into the platform. So if you're ready, actually I see a lot of people in the chat, isn't this pretty fun? If you're ready to get going, we're about to drop the link. It's first come, first serve. You can get access here at altstreet.org. So right now we'll drop it in the chat for you guys. If you're ready to get started, 100% free platform, go to altstreet.org and get in, and you guys can join there and start helping us to democratize Wall Street. Now, on that note, this hopefully is not our mission to democratize Wall Street. It is everybody's mission. We're hopefully in this call enrolling you to join us in this great mission to go and spread this to everyone, to level the playing field across Wall Street. So what we're gonna do is a couple things. Public access to this closes Sunday night. So today it is open. Right now, you guys, I'm sure some of you are already logging in and joining right now. Public access is gonna close Sunday night. So it's open from now until Sunday. And what we're gonna do after Sunday, we wanna make sure Alt Street community is a very great, awesome, amazing community. And this group right here is our founding members. All of you today from now until Sunday are the founding members of Alt Street. After that, it is an invite-only platform. Again, the platform is free, but you have to be invited to join the platform by one person in this founding group. Does that make sense? We want to do this because we want to make Alt Street an amazing platform. We're hopefully going to be launching a community feature where you guys can talk and meet other people very soon. We want to have very high quality and great people in this platform. Again, the platform is free, and we want you guys, the founding members, to help us go out and to democratize Wall Street. So again, go to altstreet.org right now. You guys can sign up. I'm sure we have the link in the chat or down below. You guys can go sign up there. And again, this is our mission together to go and to democratize Wall Street. Additionally, at the beginning, we mentioned something kind of fun we're doing, okay? And Mason can walk you guys through kind of this cool thing we're going through.
So we're actually doing a pretty fun contest to get this whole thing kicked off and really democratize Wall Street together. We're footing a pretty big bill here, and we believe in this mission. We hope you do too. And so this only spreads via word of mouth through you guys telling your people and your friends and people that you love and care about this. And hopefully it being free makes it just a no-brainer where they're grateful that you shared it with them. And so over the next few weeks, we're running a contest where the more people you refer to Alt Street, the more raffle tickets you get. We're pulling a random raffle winner, and if you refer the winner, you also win as well. So kind of a fun incentive to even share it with more people. And the winner, what they get is you get to fly out a full paid trip to New York for our next Alt Street shoot. You get to be behind the scenes, meet the fund manager we're filming with. There'll be 2, maybe even 4 people that we're filming with for the allotted days that you're coming out for. So again, it's a full paid trip to New York, behind the scenes for our next Alt Street shoot. You get the hotel, the flights, everything paid for, and really just get to hang out with us and see the magic happen, which is pretty cool. So.
Yeah. There's a little incentive for you guys to help us democratize Wall Street and share this. And again, we've already got this scheduled. You guys can come and behind the scenes work with us as we film the next classes for Alt Street, which is pretty cool. So we're very excited about this platform. Hopefully you guys are as well, can see this vision. So again, go to altstreet.org, sign up. Again, it's free and it's gonna be free forever, but we wanna make it so that it's a tight-knit group and that you guys can help us democratize Wall Street. And we'll put a little incentive behind there too. Top people, you get more raffles to come with us to New York and film our next class with Alt Street. So again, go grab free access here, altstreet.org. Come be part of this great mission of democratizing Wall Street and helping more people access high finance. Additionally, if you have people that we should film with, let us know. Send us an email or message us. We are actively filming class. We're doing more and more of this to spread this message, to really level the playing field and ultimately help more people have the same access to what I had growing up from an incredible father who taught me about this game of the insiders, which led me to now launch multiple funds, raise tens of millions of dollars, have a beautiful life, and make, just understand this game in my 20s, well before most people do this in their later 40s or 50s, to shorten the gap and to speed things up and to, again, democratize Wall Street. So grab that link, go to altstreet.org. Once you get in there, you can start referring people as well to join the platform, and hopefully you come with us to New York and hang out with us. And ultimately, though, the bigger plan is hopefully you consume the content and the videos and it changes your life. That's the biggest success for us, is that we can really democratize Wall Street and help change a lot of lives.
Just to reiterate, this isn't just a one-time push. There's not just 6 classes forever. This is something we're going to be doing for the long game. It's something we believe in, something we're not going to stop doing. And so this thrives off of you guys and your friends, your networks. So let's share this thing, let's make this big, and let's build this thing together.
So with that, go to altstreet.org. We'll see you guys inside. Thanks so much in the chat. You guys are amazing. Thanks for coming on live today and being with us. What a fun day. We've been thinking about this for a long time, and we'll probably keep announcing new updates and upgrades and everything. This is just the beginning of a very, very cool future for Alt Street. So with that, thank you guys so much, and we'll see you later.